This is Wildgate. We're here on PlayStation 5 Pro. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So this is what the equivalent of, I guess you would say, Sea of Thieves in space is. You are part of a crew. There's a straight up kind of multiplayer sort of thing, and this is essentially your competitive mode, which I believe is kind of like the main mode of the game, where you are essentially competing with others. With your ships and everything like that in order to gather an artifact and to escape with it. So it's a little bit more driven, I guess you would say, than Sea of Thieves, but the concept's kind of similar, where you are attempting to, I guess you would say, manage your ship, make sure your ship does not get damaged or destroyed, and go and gather things and loot before the other teams are able to do so. Which I guess kind of makes it a bit of an extraction game of sorts, but yeah, you take care of your reactor, healing it occasionally. You battle using various turrets, like the ship cannon here, and then of course you can helm the ship and kind of fly around, and we'll get to that all in a sec once we kind of lift off, as this is a bit of a prep kind of mode, if that makes sense. We're just kind of like in the preparation phase, and then we're going to get out there and start battling. But yeah, you kind of have like a selection of tools, and you're able to like mine, gather some resources and stuff. It's quite a neat concept, and I'm very much looking forward to diving in and showcasing this in a sec here once it starts rolling. But I think this is a good little early presentation to give you an idea of everything. So high stakes, intense first-person shootouts. No matches are ever the same. You'll be flying across the cosmos looking for artifacts on these abandoned ships. You'll be scanning and scavenging. There's probes you can send out. Vast procedurally generated map that changes every single game. Variety of prospectors with their own abilities. They're kind of like hero characters, which is an interesting choice to do, but yeah, you kind of just pick them, and there's like costumes and stuff you can get, and of course, their costumes you can acquire. So anyways, we're preparing to lift off here. But the game is quite fascinating, honestly. Like, it's an interesting setup. It's got cross-play. And then you see we've got a team here. We've got our 4 squad. Hopefully everybody's going to be playing and ready to go. And hopefully it all goes kind of smoothly as far as, battling them and attempting to make it out alive with the artifact, which is kind of neat. So yeah, that's where I was kind of comparing it to like Sea of Thieves, though, where you have like a ship and you basically like fly around, and kind of wondering if the rest of our squad is be doing. Oh, I guess we're already launching out into space as opposed to flying about, which is totally fair. I get that. Let's go take a look, I guess. A selfie. I don't know if a selfie is a good idea here. Excavator easy challenge. So this is like just what's available, so we're gonna go in and loot it and see what we can grab. And there's like little creatures you fight and shoot, and alien things you destroy, and you can like pick up different items and bring it back to your ship. Only some items can you actually like teleport back to your ship with. Some you actually have to fly out, like the artifact you have to fly out with. You actually got to earn the artifact. You actually got to extract with it, which is quite neat. But yeah, it's genuinely got some like fascinating gameplay mechanics going on, and it's kind of an interesting concept. It really is. Like, it's neat. It's familiar enough, but also something a little bit different. So we completed this. We grabbed everything. Okay, are we gonna take anything with us? Just trying to see if there is anything we can acquire that might be helpful. Immune to Cosmic Storm, Laser Ram, regen ammo over time, Mine Layer, Bomb Cannon. Cool, let's bring this back to the ship, and then we can install it and upgrade our turret so it does a little bit more kind of damage. Boom. Although I think that's more of a pain than just using like regular stuff. Anyways, that's the idea, is you go and you gather things and you improve your ship, and it's a neat idea. So we're on the I guess you would call it like the quality mode. So this is the usual fancy engine. So it's temporally scaled, it's 4K, and it's 60 FPS targeting, but you can also go and switch to the quality preset of performance mode, and there's also FOV options, and then audio and social settings, and some gameplay mechanic changes for your controller if you want. Which is kind of cool. Dead zone changes, and then regular gameplay changes. So if we switch to the performance mode, it does look like it goes to 120 FPS potentially, and the resolution lowers a little bit more. It's a little bit more of a dramatically lower resolution, but at the same time you get like silky smooth, really fast kind of performing gameplay, which is cool. And like obviously YouTube, it doesn't really support that, as to say, but this would be kind of the way to maybe go about it if you were like thinking from a competitive sense. It looks like we are flying away here. A little bit of lag, that's okay. Where are we headed? Looks like this guy knows what he's doing. Pinged rogue turrets. Oh, okay, let's get on the, let's get on here. Where are these rogue turrets? Maybe they're like way off into the distance. That looks like an enemy ship over there. Yeah, so anyways, so that's kind of your options for performance levels. For the sake of regular gameplay and giving you a bit of a better visual performance here, as far as video wise, I'll just go on to the quality mode for you to take that in. It does seem to move kind of well, but it feels like there's like almost like a layering of like screen tearing type stuff, but it doesn't really like display screen tearing, but seems a bit wavy, if that makes sense. But other than that, yeah, no, it actually seems to look pretty decent visually. Seems to run fine. It's got some neat concepts to it. I mean, you know, we had a little bit of action, now we're kind of chilling out here. And we're waiting just to get over there to the base. I guess we could... Where's the probe? That's the cannon, because like there's... Yeah, you can launch a probe. And you can use that to scan things. Find out where stuff is.
Probe's going out.
And that'll let you know where all the bad stuff is. Probes can be quite helpful because, well, you know, it's a probe, so it goes out and, you know, kind of takes the damage or lets you view things quicker where you're not able to go and visit it yet as a first-person perspective, and then you can go in and explore on yourself or by yourself. Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
Damage. Source, rogue turret.
We're getting shot at?
On the rear.
I don't like that one bit. Where are we getting shot from? Oh, you can also land on like asteroids and stuff, and you can like mine it for resources that you might need to make your ship a little bit better, because it might get damaged and stuff. Like I said, there's some genuinely neat mechanics on this one. And it's also like simple enough that you can kind of understand it pretty relatively easily. Deactivate power switches. Let's get to it. And there's all these like little kind of puzzle stuff too that you do, but nothing like overly complicated. Like I said, it's actually like a pretty well put together experience.
Never stop exploring. Alright, let's grab the spoils here.
Wow, I just got blasted by the Alright.
Quad cannon installed on the front.
Man, died by the Reach. That's hilarious. I always knew Halo Reach would come back to get me.
On the front. Quad cannon installed on the rear.
Ship ammo. Okay. I guess that's something. Yeah, it's definitely got some neat mechanics to it.
On the front.
Seriously, it's quite an interesting sort of take on things. Like, you go in, you gather your loot, and then you leave with it. That's a lot of fun in co-op too. Like, if you had a group of pals, I think you could have like a really good time with this one. Did we grab everything?
Taking a look around.
And I love the teleport back to the ship mechanic too. It's better than trying to like wade your way in. Hmm. But yeah, there's a lot of wait time. I'll kind of show you the
Venture on
helm controls so you can kind of like adjust up and down, your boost, your shields. They give you some good helming mechanics so that you can understand things. I just don't want to get in the way of whatever my teammates are doing because they're like,
Installed on the rear.
you know, plugging things in and that. But really quite breathtaking like backdrops as far as sci-fi. Like it's got like a bit of a cartoon-esque aesthetic, but I think it looks relatively nice visually.
Take down the rogue turret. There. The rogue turret. At the turret.
See if we can take these things out.
Fire on
Add a
board.
turret.
Coolant ready. Reactor cooling.
What are we getting attacked by?
Health going up.
It's gonna broke for a bit.
These have been a cool vibe. Yeah, if you ever want to kind of like run a spaceship and stuff, it's kind of neat.
Damage. Source. Rogue turret.
Yeah, it's great that there's a rogue turret, but like, what are we gonna do about it? Hmm. See, isn't it just like neat looking? I mean, there's not necessarily a lot of action going on at the moment, but eventually we'll run into people, I think. And stuff will happen. Like, it's neat that you can play this, though, and if the core gameplay mechanic is something that, like, intrigues you, you can sort of just keep playing it over and over again, and it's always going to be different. You'll have, like, a different crew of people. The monolith entrance. Hard. Ooh.
See what's inside that nearby location.
In we go. Once more into the breach.
Curious. The wheels. The ultimate discovery.
I have the artifact. How do we get out of here with the artifact?
Alien life form.
As in, you know, where is the exit? They all dead? Okay.
The artifact. The ultimate discovery.
I was wondering where that thing is. No, I quite like this. I actually find this really genuinely interesting. Like, it's, you know, enemies that can kill you, but they're kind of simplistic, and then, of course, your problem being the other, you know, players and stuff you have to deal with on top of everything.
That makes sense.
And everybody on your team kind of plays a role.
Alright, what's next?
I'll take that, thank you very much.
Ultimate discovery.
We're gonna do all this work, and then another team's gonna come and just, like, really swipe this from us, eh?
Begins.
Intruder alert.
An enemy ship. Other problem.
Enemy ship.
Intruder is imminent.
Damage. Turret.
Bring it down. Otherwise, look out.
Fire on board. Warning. Oxygen destabilized.
There's a lot of, kind of enemies here.
Reactor cooling.
And not a lot of ammo. Well, that sucked.
Warning.
Guess I went too far ahead for my team, I guess. Oh, they're back on our ship?
Fire on board. Warning. Oxygen.
Yeah, we're being, like, boarded. Okay.
Damage.
Oh, I got like flanked, I assume, because there's no way that player should have been able to kill me that fast.
Not on my ship.
Acceleration.
Literally being spawn killed. That's great.
Critical. Warning. Oxygen destabilized. Reactor cooling.
They're coming after us. This is not a good situation, but at least we recovered. See, now this is when the action starts to really go.
I know I don't need here, but I can't sense the relief.
These scallywags.
Reading now, just like the old days.
Want me to shoot this thing?
Now it's getting hot. Let's cool it down. Entering enemy spacecraft.
Reactor temperature rising.
Oh, it opens from any side? Wow, I feel like a fool then.
Enemy ship.
Ah. Now this is when the crazy action starts. See, this is a neat gameplay concept. You're defending the ships, you're battling back and forth. You can see ours, we're having some shield issues, but we're fending off against others. There's back and forth boarding stuff going on. Wow, okay, I just got destroyed there. Our ship was destroyed? Wow, they actually, like, straight up eliminated us. How tragic is that? We were doing so well, and now our ship's just, like, absolutely decimated. But that looks really neat, though. You can see the destroyed ship and everything, and yeah, I guess the matches go by pretty quickly if there's stuff going on. It seems like they're more intrigued in the PvP element of it than necessarily, like, you know, doing this stuff. And there's, like, AI type options as well, and yeah, there's some different mode things going on. So it's just like a battle, not even necessarily about the artifacts. They're just, like, fighting each other. Okay. Like, this ship looks like it's barely taking any damage at all. The other one's like, oh, we've been in a conflict with these other guys. But yeah, I guess I should have realized that things were not going well for our ship, and I should have left the artifact behind, but that was the goal, was to grab it. I guess I just sort of stopped paying attention. Snapped the ship. It's kind of cool that you could spectate as well and see, like, the conflict going on. Okay, they got eliminated too. Wow, alright. So it was just a battle of, like, the ships to see who could come out on top? That's crazy. Alright, I set up the kind of PvP, or, well, PvE kind of mode thing, and I just kind of go by myself so we could do a bit of the, I guess you would say, ship flying, so you can see a bit of what that's like and how that impacts the gameplay. But no, it's a neat setup. I genuinely think that folks will find this to be rather intriguing gameplay-wise. Like, there's a lot to do in this, a lot to see, some neat little battles to happen. Oh, are we doing some damage here on the ship? Yeah, that was probably my bad for driving right into, well, flying right into the structure, but, you know, that's how it happens. But I do find this game quite interesting. It's certainly something where, like, if you've been playing a bit of, I guess you would say, Sea of Thieves and everything like that gameplay-wise, this one should feel relatively similar in concept and gameplay, and it just sort of, I guess you would say, does something a little bit different with it. Where are the entrances to this this structure? I'm really struggling to find how exactly I get inside of this thing. Can I get inside this thing? Oh, there's, like, is that the damage? Can we get in that way? Anyways, Wildgate's kind of neat. I definitely think gameplay-wise it has some potential if you're intrigued by this sort of a thing.
This place is